Hey, Demons Draw here, and today I'm going to draw 4 characters. So this weekend I went to the Festival Yggdrasil in Lyon, France. And that's a festival about kind of fantasy, the Middle Ages part of fantasy mostly, but also sci-fi, and there's a whole steampunk aesthetic to it too, which I love. And yeah, when there I had a mushroom hat, a cloak, and some elf ears, and it was absolutely amazing. And there were a lot of people wearing costumes and cosplaying and stuff, and everyone was so beautiful. So I just wanted to draw characters to remember the first time I ever went there. The characters I am drawing are not directly from the festival, like I didn't meet these people. I'm just finding inspiration in the styles. So the first one was clearly a mushroom, based on what I was wearing, and I met other people with the mushroom hats. And one of them actually made their hat out of an umbrella, so it was absolutely huge. The second character is more steampunk, and I actually love this aesthetic, but I've never do anything with it. I really like the top hats and the goggles and all the tiny pieces like the clocks, chains, gears, and I really like copper, the color also, and well, I never use it either, but I really like it still. So yeah, it was amazing meeting all these people with all the ruffles on the skirts and the jewelry too. The third character is an elf with the diadem thing and long flowy dress. That's actually the one I'm the least happy with, design-wise, because it's kinda simple, and just to put some interest in it, I put a bowl in the hands, but it does nothing. And the fourth character is more of a forager, I thought, and just some creature you would find in the woods looking for herbs and mushrooms with a staff, because there were staffs there. And yeah, there were also a lot of wands and people coming as Hogwarts students. But yep, there was also a lot of Star Wars stands where they would be more sci-fi, I guess. And there were shows like wizards, duels, and Jedi's fighting. It was really cool. So yeah, the characters I'm drawing today are not a representation of everything I saw there. There was a lot more variety. Some people were cosplaying manga characters or anime, or I met a few bells from Beauty and the Beast from Disney too. So yeah, it was amazing. All the different stuff people would come up with. I bought a few things. I bought some ear jewelry made with crystals, and it makes some sort of little branches coming from the behind of the ear, and some chains with crystals everywhere. It's beautiful. I bought a diadem too, pretty similar to the one I drew on the elf, with the moon crescent and a little gem, although not exactly the same. And then some hand jewelry with a more steampunk vibe, kind of like the one I drew on the character as well. So I've done all of my sketching and I'm on to line arts. Yeah, that was pretty straightforward, although pretty long. Because, well, drawing 4 characters takes a lot of time. I did the sketching and the line art on Sunday, and well, I went to the festival on Saturday, and I finished the drawing on Monday, and I'm recording this on Tuesday, so that took some time. But in total, I think it took me a little over 3 hours to draw everything. And that's just characters with no background. Because, well, I wanted to make them pretty detailed to kind of represent what I saw there and kind of do it justice, since I didn't take pictures because my phone was in my bag and the quality of the camera isn't great. So yeah. But I was there with friends who were dressed casual, so I was the only one wearing my mushroom hat. But it was real nice not being alone there too. And the food was good. The only downside was having to get up in the morning. I really like sleeping, and that was a weekend, so I had to get up on Saturday. But I did it, and I was glad, but I got tired pretty early. But then again, I was wearing some contacts because I'm usually wearing glasses, and I'm only supposed to be wearing them 10 hours in a day. So in any case, it was time I got home to remove them and put back my glasses. But all in all, I really enjoyed my day. Here's proof I'm drawing characters inspired by it. It was really good. I think I'm going to go back next year, definitely. For the hair of this character, I got inspired somehow, and I was just like, okay, I'm going to make this differently from what I normally do. And I'm just gonna put spirals everywhere to kind of represent the curls. Kind of old-fashioned, I guess. Oh, that's the kind of hand jewelry I bought, which is basically bracelets linked with chains to rings. And I actually also have little caps on the tops of the finger that looks like nails. That's better. For the ruffles on the dress, I basically drew one roll and then copy-pasted it to make the second one. But I couldn't do it for the bottom of the dress because you wouldn't be able to see the under. You couldn't see under the dress, so I had to make another one. And yep. It's not as detailed as I wanted it to be, honestly. And, well, I didn't think I saw a woman with a cane. But I didn't feel like drawing men, so I gave her a cane too. And here's the kind of similar to what I bought diadem. I'm going to wear it to school on Thursday. That's gonna be fun. I've wanted to have one for a while now, and I just couldn't bring myself to make it myself. Because I'm not very good at bending a wire. So I bought one, but I still think I will make others, because you can never have enough, I think. That's my point of view. One other thing I'm proud of myself for about this drawing is that I didn't really shy away from the hands. I just put them wherever I wanted them to be, and I drew them, and they're not perfect, but they look like hands, so they make the job. And they're honestly not that bad. Like, I'm pretty happy with how they turned out. I think this character I'm drawing right there is my favorite. It would have been even better with a lot more details, like pockets everywhere, another bag, some pins maybe or something. But yeah, I was really tired. But I really like the concept with all the leather and the bag. I don't draw enough bags. And yep, the flowy shirt, the kind of corset thing. And well, the staff. It all looks good together. And pretty white shorts that I'm not sure I saw any at the festival. I didn't really pay attention. I just drew them. I think I said in my previous video that I made a video game, like a dress-up game, so I had to draw some clothes. And there was actually an outfit with baggy shorts like this, and I just fell in love with it. I know that I would never wear it, but it just looked so good drawn like that. So I just decided to add them here, since they fit the character and the rest of the outfit. The little beret too, with pretty short hair. I like it. Even better with the coloring though, which is coming soon. Yeah, all the colors and well, everything from now on I did on Monday night after a pretty long day. So I was super tired when I did it. And well, I'm kind of sad and maybe disappointed about it, but at the same time I kind of wanted to post a video on Wednesday, and I didn't have much more time because I also needed to edit it and record this audio. So I had to finish it on Monday. So I decided that I would finish as best I could, but considering my tiredness and the time I had. Yeah, because next week I'm going to ski with my family, and I didn't want to have to post a video there. So yeah, decided that I would do it this week, and I would maybe find some time to draw next week. But yeah, not a post any video. I realized while picking the colors that these are not colors I use a lot. Well, the blue I kind of use a lot, but I tend to use a lot of purples and pinks too, but not so much green and brown, and yet it really looks good together. And yeah, those are kind of all natural colors that you can find in nature. I mean, the sky is blue, so blue is natural color. And then brown and green in forest, grass. And well, I guess the mushroom is a less natural color, like the bright red. And yet you do find it on mushrooms. But even when I draw mushrooms, I tend to make them purple or blue. Oops. That's also a lot of warm colors, like all the copper, the brown. I try to keep pretty warm and the red. And yeah, I guess I'm used to working with cool tones and adding some warm accents. So this was a nice change, adding some like color complementary to the outfit. It's kind of refreshing drawing this. It's not what I usually do, although I guess they are fantasy characters, so that is exactly what I draw. But this is fantasy characters inspired by someone else. And apparently I am the only one who considers that forests can have blue trees with purple leaves, which would mean that purple and blue are truly natural colors. Yes, I will make it so. Purple is my favorite color, by the way. And my mushroom hat is black on top, but the underside is purple. And I embroidered some stars on the top too, with a purple thread. So yeah, as I said, for the shading, I didn't feel like doing anything too complicated, so I used the hairbrush. And instead of picking every color one at a time, I just used a clipping mask on top on multiply, and then another mask for the highlights, and then lower the opacity so there are shadows and highlights. Doesn't look as good as what I can do, but at that point I just want it to be done, and it doesn't look bad. It's just not the style I was developing recently, but honestly it's still fine. And yeah, for the background I just used some warm gray and blue. And it's time for highlights that I put literally everywhere. Since I didn't put that much effort into the shading, I thought I would finish defining things with the highlights, like all the golden bits and the copper. I really like drawing darker skin tones. I don't know why I don't do it more often. I will. Anyway, I think this is it. Oh no, yeah, I completely forgot about the spots on the mushroom up till that point. So now they kind of look like little clouds popping out. it's fine. Here are some characters I could have met at the Festival Yggdrasil. Really had fun both at the festival and drawing these characters. I really had a good time. It was nice and fun. Thank you for joining me for such a good time. If you want to see more videos of me, like and subscribe. And yeah, check out my channel. Anyway, thank you again, and I'll see you in my next video.